What's going on, people? It's your boy John coming at you with another video. How's it going? Got some fucking new shades here, and I can't take them off because they're my only prescription glasses at the moment. So it's weird because it makes the forest look a lot dimmer than it actually is. It's actually pretty bright, as I can see in the video. Yeah, it's fucking bright. But that's the fucking point of sunglasses, so I'm arguing with it. Yeah, so, you know, something really weird happens when you realize that you're a spiritual person. Something very strange happens. You, at first, have this insatiable need to scratch yourself, like I'm doing right now. You've got this insatiable need to tell everyone around you about this spiritual thing that you've gone through. It becomes a bit of an obsession, actually. You just want to tell everyone about what you've gone through and how that their anxieties and fears are so minute compared to the life that they actually are, the immense joy that resides inside, that's obscured by the ego. You know deep down yourself, because you've gone through it, that everyone can access that dimension. So you want to educate so many people. But here's the thing. It can start off as a spread of joy. That's what it starts off as. You are spreading this joy that you have experienced. But then it can then turn into an ego. Because now you have identified yourself with your experience of awakening. And you want everyone to be convinced that you are right. Like an ego would. Because that's what the ego does. Every ego essentially is identified with something and wants other people to validate its existence. I mean, that's the point of society. So, stop telling people about your spiritual experience. Just stop. It's pointless. It's absolutely pointless. I know you want to do it. I know you want to share and tell everyone about what you've gone through because it's so delightful. It's so immensely knowledgeable, and how life-changing it is. It can change your entire life. It does. It changes the context of your life, so you now become a joyful, peaceful, free person. Because your ego is no longer identified and attached to its thoughts and perceptions and judgments. And of course, spiritual seekers struggle with this as well, because once you have a thought that says, I have a problem with my spiritual practice, now you have gone back into the ego's folly. And some people struggle in that state for years. I don't even know where I am, to be completely honest. I don't know where I am in my spiritual journey. I just am. Because the ego wants realization. It wants big things to happen so that it can contextualize what's happened and conceptualize it, and then it's got something tangible to hold itself to. Nothing like that's happened to me. So I just am. I'm just existing. I'm actually pretty happy, to be honest. Pretty content with where I am right now. I'm just alive. You know, I'm just enjoying life, just being here, making YouTube videos, spreading joy and positivity and love and practical, purposeful messages to people who need and want to hear. But it's very important to realize and understand that you can very well develop an ego around your spiritual practice. And that's a folly of the mind. So get out of that. Realize that it's a thought. And return to that oneness that you are. Because that's who you are, your core. And here's the thing. Other people, you don't need to convince them or tell them about what you've been through. And try and tell them, you know, oh, you can get peace and joy whenever you want. Gentlemen and ladies, they will see you and how you've changed. They will see how much calmer you are, how much peaceful you are, how you are not identified with this egoic arguing energy which so many people have nowadays, especially family. They will see that you don't have that energy anymore, that you've changed. And they are going to first test you as much as they possibly can to see whether or not you're the same ego you were previously. And when they can't get a reaction from that same ego, and don't get me wrong, that ego is going to present itself to you. That old ego, the one that used to argue, the one that used to get butthurt and bitchy and basically reactionary in general, that ego is going to want to come back and take over. That's why you have to be very present when you're in the presence of other people, or in the presence of other egos, I should say. And they will see that you are not reactive, that you're not buying into the games, the mind games that used to be played in this certain situation or circumstance. They're going to see, oh fucking hell, almost tripped over again. They're going to see how you're not the same ego, and they're going to naturally be curious. They're going to naturally want to know what the hell is going on with you. And you're going to get questions like, dude, what's happened, man? You're really different. You're really different. What's going on? What's happened to you? Or people say, you've changed a lot, man. You've really changed. I don't know what's happened. Like, you changed so much. But it's not going to be the negative type of change where, sometimes you meet your old friends and they're like, oh yeah, you changed so much, man. You changed so much. Like, Jesus, you changed way too much. It's like they're being negative about it. No, this isn't that kind of negative. Because people say that when they're intimidated by you. This isn't an intimidation. This is you've hit their own presence. You've hit the divine within. And the divine is trying to seep out of them now through the ego. And it's trying to understand what's going on with you. And this is the thing, you don't tell them what you are, because you're just a human being. You haven't changed at all, actually. All you've done is you've gotten rid of the ego, or you've transcended the ego. So when someone asks you the question, dude, what's happened to you? Just say, be in the moment. Just say, be in the moment. And if they inquire more, you like you're trying to lure in a cat. Cats don't want to come to you if you go to them. If you go to a cat with your hand and try to pet it, it's going to run away from you. So what you do with a cat is you come halfway and you put your hand out. When the cat looks at you and stops, you look at the cat and you put your hand down, you kneel down, and you wait for the cat to come over to you. You wait for the cat to come over to you, and then it will bow its head down and allow you to pet it. And it will stay around you, it will brush itself around your leg, and it will have a little moment with you until a few moments pass and it's going to go away. And maybe it might come back, maybe it won't, who knows. But the same strategy works with other spiritual seekers. Everyone's a spiritual seeker to some degree, actually. Some people are just more into it than others. So when people inquire as to what's happened, just put your hand out like you would a cat and show them that this is what you want. Come and get it if you want it. Allow them to come to you slowly. Don't push it on them. Because when you push it on them, you are now ego, yet again, trying to convince other people to only validate your own existence, to validate my personal spiritual journey. Another fallacy of the mind. And you're not that. You are much more than that. You've just replaced one ego with another. Simply remove this ego or transcend the ego, just as you did the last one, and the one previous to that, and the one prior to that, and all the others. So yeah, don't try and convince other people of your spiritual journey. It's a waste of time. Simply do what you've always done. Do what you've always done. Be in the moment as you always have. Do the things that you enjoy. Don't get lured into trying to change other people or try to change other people's perceptions of you. Because even if that is your concern, it's another ego's concern. Transcend that. Listen to your mind, listen to your ego, and transcend that. You'll see what results you want genuinely deep down. They will come into fruition in real life just by simply letting things be as they be, and go about your day as you always would, and allow circumstances to happen as they would, with non-judgment and non-arguing, non-resistance, and just watch the magic flow, because there really is magic going on. But anyway, there's a lot of squirrels today in the fucking trees. They're having a blast, aren't they? So yeah, that's going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.